What's up everyone, Sodius here from FragMix, and today I wanted to do something completely out of the ordinary. Today I wanted to give you a little guide on how to create your own custom follower in Skyrim. Why Skyrim, you might ask? Because Elder Scrolls Online kinda sucks. So the first thing you're going to want to do is load out Skyrim and start a new game and create a new character. Now this character is going to be how you want your follower to look, and we'll export the look in just a moment. Now I'm just using a quick little mod here called Live Another Life. It just makes it so that I don't have to go through that frustrating introduction scene to Skyrim, and it just throws you straight into the character creator. So this just makes the whole process go a lot faster, and I'd recommend that. So I'm going to go ahead and just for the purpose of this guide, I'm going to call it Test NPC. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is you are going to have to open up the command console by pressing the little tilde key, which is a little squiggly line up there next to the number 1. It's the same key on British keyboards, but it does not look like the squiggly line. Now in the console you're going to want to type SPF space the name of the NPC you just created, in my case Test NPC, and this will export the look of the character to the main Skyrim folder, which we will be able to use later on. Now the next part of this tutorial, you're going to need to download the creation kit, which you can download by hovering over library on Steam and going down to the tools section, and there's a great big list of tools, but you can see creation kit in there. When you open up the creation kit, you want to go up to File and then Data and double click on Skyrim.esm and Update.esm and then click OK. These files could take quite a while to load depending on how good your PC is. For me it took about a minute. You will get this warning message though. This is just a generic warning message that always comes up. Just ignore it and click Yes to all just to get rid of it. Once it is finally loaded, you want to go up to View and then go to Object Window to bring up all the objects in Skyrim. And then you want to click on Actors, which will load up a great big list of all the NPCs in the game. And this is where we're going to add our follower. You want to right click anywhere on this list and click New. The first thing that pops up will be a box with ID and name. The ID is just what the computer uses to recall the NPC, and the name is the name of the NPC that you'll see in the game. Next thing you want to do is either set it to Essential or Protected. Now Essential NPCs cannot be killed under any circumstances, and Protected NPCs can only be killed by you. You also want to set the NPC to Unique so that the game knows there's only one of that NPC. And I'm going to go ahead and make it so that it doesn't affect the stealth meter, so that it does not get in the way when you're trying to sneak around. The next thing you want to do is go to the race menu and select the race of the NPC you created in the game just now. You created a Breton, so I'm going to pick Breton race. Now only certain voice types work with the follower NPCs, but I'm not going to get into that right now, so for the sake of this tutorial I'm going to use the female even toned voice. I'm going to make sure the disposition base is set to 75 or the follow me I need your help commands will not appear. Now in the stats tab you can set the stats of your new follower. I'm not really going to mess around with this too much. I'm going to auto calculate stats and set it to a general level of 20, but do feel free to just mess around and change the stats as much as you like. Now the Factions tab is very important, so you want to open up the Factions tab and then go over to your object window, and underneath Characters you will find Faction, the current follower faction and the potential follower faction. Once you find them, you can just click and drag them across to the actor window. If you want to, you can even add in the potential marriage faction so that you can marry your follower, if you're into all that marriage stuff. Now you want to click on the 0 next to current follower faction and set it to -1. This makes it so that it is not currently your follower. Setting it to 0 will make it your follower already. The next tab is relationships. Now this has nothing to do with conventional relationships, it's a kind of a coding thing. You are going to go ahead and set the child NPC to player. Then you want to go ahead and set the relationship level to ally. You can put the ID to pretty much anything as long as it's unique. I'm just going to put test NPC relationship, just so I know which one it is. Now we are going to ignore the keywords tab and go straight on to AI data. These options are optional, but I put aggression to aggressive, confidence to foolhardy, and assistance to helped friends and allies. This just makes it so they don't stand around like idiots during combat, and they don't run away like chickens. It is also a good idea to change the morality to any crime so that they won't just tell on you when you try and steal things. Combat style is another thing you can play around with, but for the sake of this video I'm going to change it to default combat style and not really mess around with that too much. Now for the fun part, we're going to skip AI packages and head over to inventory to give our NPCs some stuff to wear. I'm just going to make this quick and add the blades no helmet option from the default list. If you want to add individual items, then open up the object window, find the items you want your character to wear and drag them across to the outfit objects window right here. If you click on preview, you'll be able to see what the armor will look like. Don't worry, this is not what your character looks like, this is just a default model just to show you the armor. You can also select a sleep outfit, but I am not going to bother with that just yet. I'm going to open up the objects menu again and find the weapon list so that I can add a weapon to my follower. Of course, seeing that she has the blades armor, I'm going to give her the blades sword. Now you want to head over to the tab called Spell List. Now this is pretty self-explanatory, I'm not really going to get into it too much here. You can find the spells on the side here. Do be warned though that a lot of the spells in the game cannot be used by your followers. You're pretty much just going to have to play around with them to find out which ones do work. But again, once you found the spell you want, just drag it across to the spells list. You want to skip sound, animation and attack data and go to character gen parts. Click the import button, which should take you to your Skyrim folder, and double click on the file that has your NPC name .npc. If you check the head box at the bottom, you'll get a nice little display showing you what your follower will look like. Next you want to select your NPC in the object window and press Ctrl and F4, which will export your NPC face gen data. Just click yes in the confirmation box. And congratulations, your NPC is now complete. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to put them into Skyrim. Go into the world data list and click on location, and find the place where you want your NPC to appear. For this, I'm going to use the bannered mare in Whiterun. Once you have found a location for your NPC, double click it and then head over to the Sales tab. And then double click the editor ID for the location you're trying to use. This will bring up a bird's eye rendering of the location. You can move around and zoom in and out using the middle mouse button until you find a location where you want to put your NPC. Once you have found a spot that you are happy with, close down the location window and find your NPC in the object window. Once you have found your NPC, simply click and drag it to the spot that you want it to spawn in the game. And there you have it, your NPC is now in your game world. Now of course, the only natural thing to do is load up your game and find your NPC. There's a little issue with this video just here, I think it's to do with my recording software. But here is the NPC, and as you can see, it is a follower, with all of the armor that I gave her. I hope this video helped you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want more tutorials, do let me know down in the comments, because I actually quite enjoyed making this one. See you guys next time. Goodbye.